Right then, just another update here. Of course, been talking to Phil. Um, well, first I made dinner, and I remembered why I don't like those Van de Kamp's fish products because it's fish meal in batter. It's pureed fish paste, maybe. Don't know. Kind of sort of tastes like fish. The thing I don't like about it, and I remember every time I do this, every time I buy some or I eat some somewhere, it has a sour taste to it. It's bitter. Ugh, the hell am I doing? This pick and save grocery store, the only place to get actual fish fillets is at the seafood counter, and it's astronomical. At Piggly Wiggly, they take seafood fillets of pollock, haddock, cod, things like this, and they put them in a plastic bag and they zip tie the plastic bag and they freeze it and they throw it in a big chest cooler on the end of an aisle and they slap a price tag on there, $9, $6, whatever it is, and you get like 8, 10 actual fillets of fish for a ridiculously reasonable price. You come home, you thaw them out, you have a fish fry. Van de Kamp fish paste. No more for this guy. Fish sticks. What? What am I doing? Now, if I would have been smart and not lazy, during the fishing bonanza that you saw on the Lip Rippin' Fishing Show off the end of my dock, I would have actually harvested some of those and kept them, and I would now have fish fillets in the freezer. But I'm too lazy. It's too much work to fillet a fish, so that's why I don't keep fish. Part of the reason. Yeah, I don't want to go through all the work. So as a result, I don't have any fish. Um, and yeah, that was nasty. Straight up nasty. But dinner's done. I was sitting watching some YouTube. The world's smartest man. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records of having the highest IQ of 276. Kim Jong Un or something like that. From the middle, from the Orient somewhere, China, whatever, South Korea. He is predicting, and it's not actually a prediction, he's calculated it out, that Jesus will be returning during our time. In other words, this generation, my lifetime, the rapture will happen based on his calculations. So that got me to thinking about something. Why do I have this lake house right now? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because God wanted me to have my dream for a little while before I get pulled up to heaven, hopefully. Or maybe I have my little dream on earth before I go to hell. I'm not going to hell. No. I don't know. Maybe I have my little dream here on Earth before I spend eternity in a house or a mansion with precious gems encrusted in the foundation and streets made of gold. I hope that wasn't sacrilegious. It's just not what I want. This is what I want. Oh, yeah. Mia called. This is weird. Oh, yeah. After dinner, I did get the cable stubbed through the deck, and it's now coiled up and hanging down under the deck because a brief little rain shower came through. Um, but it's the hole's been drilled and it's stubbed and it's hanging down. Okay, there's fish jumping. This means there's a feeding window. There's another one. What to do? Stand on the dock and see if I can get something? Nah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the cable is stubbed through the deck, but I haven't punched it into the house yet. A little rain shower came through, chased me off the job. So Mia calls me, and this is weird because anybody else calls me, and the call gets dropped, or I gotta sit. If I'm down in the lounge downstairs, I gotta sit in my therapy chair with the phone held up in the air like this, just so I don't lose signal. I didn't lose conversation with Mia once, and I even was walking around in the basement. That'll for sure drop the call with Scrunchy. Um, I walked up the stairs, still talking to her, all the way out here onto the screen porch. Never, the call never dropped. What the hell? Why is it only with Mia? Ah, no comment. Anyway, Phil and I have been talking, of course. He thanked me up one side and down the other for that Sunday evening. Um, we grilled out a big fat steak. I whipped up a pasta salad. We had dinner, and then we went out and did that fishing. He had a good time. Yeah, I'm a good host apparently. So the next time he said he's going to provide the meat, but I get to do the grilling because I knocked the steak out of the park. It was perfect for his liking. So I asked him if he had a chainsaw because I need to get up to camp before I sell camp, and I've got a big dead birch tree sitting there that's half cut. Rob and I tried to drop it, and both of our saws failed before we could drop it and buck it up. So it's still standing. So I asked Phil if he's got a saw, and he said he's got one, but it needs a carb rebuild. So he just ordered a carb rebuild kit, and apparently I put a fire in his ass, and he's gonna hitting the wall. He's gonna rebuild the carb, and then I'm thinking the weekend after this upcoming weekend, he and I will go up to camp for the weekend. He's never been there. And we'll drop that tree, buck it up, split it, and I'll try to bring a trailer load of wood home here so I have something to burn in the fire pit here. And the rest of it I'll stack in the woodshed. Who knows? Phil might love the place so much that he might want to buy it. He didn't say that or hint at that, but it's always a possibility. He'd have a place to go with his son to make memories. He'd have a place to go with his new woman, whoever that ends up being, for memories. I'll propose the idea to him. Yeah, although he just bought a Harley, so I doubt he has access to available financing to be able to buy it, but yeah, I'm hearing fish quite a bit now. So I think the no bite situation, the no activity situation is off. What else to report? I'm thinking that's about it. Mia and I talked about, she went down, hung out with the Amish ladies. She ordered some peaches back when, and the peaches came in, and the Amish ladies were canning them, and they offered to teach Mia how to do it. So she grabbed her canning jars and went there and spent the afternoon with the ladies canning peaches. She says she's got about 10 jars or so, 12. Peaches in water. I'd rather have them in syrup, but it's not about me, right? I probably won't even see any, depending. And then while she was there, one of the men showed up and asked her if she would go and pick up a trailer. And she said, yeah, I'll do it for $100. And he said, oh, that's too rich for my blood. But apparently he went and talked to his dad, the boss, and the two of them pitched in 50 apiece, and Mia got her $100 to go pick up a trailer and haul it back to the farm. Wow. She said she threw the $100 out there because she actually didn't want to do the job, but they didn't have another driver available. So they caved to her demands. Or maybe all of my bitching about her working $50 a day when all the other drivers are getting $200 a day. Maybe that registered, and now she's going to stand up for herself and not get used. Nice. Apparently tomorrow she's hauling the family down to Iowa to a wedding. That'll be a several day excursion. So I asked her, I said, "Oh, they sucked you back in, huh? Thought you weren't going to drive for them anymore, especially now that you're off your super pill. It keeps you calm and rational." Well, I use that term loosely. She wasn't very rational when she went flying out of the trailer park, yelling out the window, "I hope my ring fits her finger." That's straight up trailer trash behavior there. Her behavior fit the environment. Ah, I digress. Anyway, it's cleared up a little bit, so I think I'll keep this short and sweet, and I'll grab a long drill bit and I'll punch a hole through the wall and fish that cable into the building. And that way that phase of the project is done. All right, we'll talk to you soon.